Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this week's video I'm going to be reviewing the new Makeup Revolution Fast Base Foundation Sticks. So Makeup Revolution have finally released foundations, and they come in a stick form and in a range of 18 different shades. So they go from 1 to 18. From really fair to really deep skin toned, which is just incredible. These foundation sticks are only £5 each, which is like incredible, and they're meant to be like portable, fast. If you're in a rush, you know, you can just whack it on and blend it out really quickly. So in this video I'm going to show you how the foundation applies, and then I'm going to check in at various points throughout the day to show you kind of how the foundation is lasting throughout the day. So if you guys want to see how well the Makeup Revolution Fast Base Foundation Sticks work, then keep watching. This is the packaging for the Makeup Revolution Fast Base Foundation Sticks. It's a beautiful nude matte plastic packaging, and then it's got the Makeup Revolution name and a gold rim on the front in rose gold. And if you take off the lid, it is this beautiful rose gold barrel which contains the product. That is the full size of the foundation that's rolled all the way up. To be honest, it doesn't look like there's a lot of foundation in there. It says on the plastic sticker of here how many grams it is. 6.2 grams of foundation in this foundation stick. I know that doesn't sound like a lot of product to get in this, but it is a fast kind of foundation, and the whole point of it is to be like quick and portable. When, you know, if you're in a rush, you can just whack it on. So there's no point in having like this huge big product, because if you think about it, if it was like the full size stick, it would be like that, and that would not like fit in your bag at all. There's a sticker on the lid which tells you some information about the stick, and then if you peel the inside, it tells you right there that the product is cruelty free and vegan. And on the bottom of the packaging you've got the shade number. So just before I did this video, I did a face scrub on my skin, I moisturised it, and I have primed it so it's ready for the foundation. So I'm just going to jump straight into that. So these Fast Base Foundation Sticks are meant to complement the Conceal and Define Makeup Revolution concealers. So the shade you get in that, you should also get in these foundation sticks. So because when I did mine, I got the shade C1 in the concealer, I got F1 in the foundation, but I also realised when I was buying it that the concealer shade was way too light of my skin tone. So I also got F2. So I am going to swatch them on my skin and see which one kind of like looks better. So F1 is for fair skin tones with neutral undertones, but F2 is for fair skin tones with yellow undertones. Oh my god, they just look so satisfying. This is the shade F1, and I'm just going to drag it down my cheek. Oh my god, that was so creamy. Ooh. Okay, so that's F1. Oh, it looks a little bit too light. So this is F2. So they blend out kind of into a similar colour. I'm not gonna lie, that is like So I've decided to go for shade F2 on my skin, just because I feel like because it was brighter, it might lighten my skin up a bit more, and it is winter and my skin has had a lot of yellowy undertones recently, so I'm just going to go with this one. I'm not even sure how to really apply this. I'm just going to swipe it on my skin and see what happens. This looks very odd, doesn't it? So I'm going to blend it out using a damp beauty blender. I have no idea if this is too much or not enough. I honestly have no idea, so I'm just going to jump straight into it. So I'm pretty happy I didn't go with F1, because this shade is F2 and it is too light for my skin. My bad. I knew I should have gone for F4. Whoopsie. So the foundation stick's meant to be medium coverage, and I definitely think it's done that. It's definitely got rid of any major red areas. I had a lot of blemishes before that were really red and irritated, and it's definitely covered them up and kind of reduced the redness. It hasn't really got rid of any dark circles around my eyes, but then again, it is medium coverage and it is a foundation, it's not a concealer. So I don't really expect it to do that anyway. Personally, I prefer matte foundations, but then again, because my skin is so dry recently, matte is definitely highlighting areas it should not be highlighting. This is not bad for a dewy foundation, I think. Although, what I have noticed already, and it's only been on my skin for like 10 minutes, it started to crease. I'ma zoom you in. It started to crease on my forehead and on my eyelids. I need to really do my eyebrows. Ooh. Personally for me, my skin in areas can be oily and other areas it can be dry. But the bit I'm worried about is my nose, because my nose gets very oily very quickly, and so does my chin. So I'm a bit scared how long the foundation is going to last in these two areas particularly. Because the texture of that was so creamy, I'm not sure I would personally recommend it for someone with oily skin. I definitely think a matte foundation would do better. The finish around here is absolutely flawless. Like, it's covered any imperfections so well, and it's left it with such a dewy finish. I'm just going to go and finish my makeup and tell you the results when I come back. So I'm back. I just kind of wanted to see how this fast-based foundation worked with other products of other textures. It seems to work quite well, to be honest. It blended well, it's sitting quite well, it's not like making anything into a paste or not blending, so it is working quite well with other product. But I will check back in a couple of hours and I will update you on the foundation progress. So the time is now 2:30. Don't know if you can have to do this way around. The time is now 2:30. So yeah, I just went for lunch with my boyfriend and I asked him about the foundation on my skin, like what does it look like, how like is it looking for you, and he said two things to me. The first one is that it was way too light for my skin. Like, it does not match my neck, the colour match was wrong, so that was my fault. So one thing I actually found with these foundations is it's quite difficult to know your shade when there's such a wide variety, because literally the smallest bit of whether it's a neutral undertone or a pink undertone or a yellow undertone can throw off the colour match. But to be honest, I've just picked the complete wrong shade. I probably should have gone for F4. So personally, I wouldn't recommend buying them online unless you know what your shade is. And the second one that he said to me was it doesn't look like it's sitting on my skin properly. So the reason I put my glasses on is to show you when I take them off, you can see, if I zoom you in, where the glasses have been sitting on my face. Like, it's leaving indents of the glasses on my face. And it just doesn't feel like it goes, not like it goes into your skin, but it doesn't feel like blended properly. It feels like it's just sitting on your skin like a layer of foundation. Like, it does feel quite heavy, it does feel kind of cakey, it does feel like still wet, and that's like, I think that's down to the creamy, overly creamy texture of it. But then again, at the same time, it's £5, it's a £5 foundation, so I don't expect the best finish in the world. But when it comes to like being at a normal conversation distance with someone and you're not sitting in direct sunlight like we were, the foundation looks fine. He said it just looks like a normal foundation. You can't really tell unless you're literally looking for the imperfections in your skin or literally looking for something that's not right. But I'm just going to zoom you in and you'll see where the foundation is kind of coming away from my nose. So you can see it, the foundation is actually kind of pulling away from the crease around my nose. Like, you can see where it's highlighting all the dry bits, especially on the side as well. You can actually see where the foundation's taken off around my nostril. I'm going to do it with powder now because I've seen what it's like without. And when I'm doing my normal like makeup routine, I always use powder to set everything in place. So I'm just going to pop some powder on. Looks wise, doesn't look any different on my skin, doesn't look drier, doesn't look anything like that. It looks like normal. As far as my opinion goes, and it is only 10 to 3, I'm not keen on the foundation. Long story short, it doesn't really work for my skin. So I'm going to see how it gets on for the rest of the day and I'll check in later. So the light in my room is quite dark. It is now 20 to 8. You can't really see it, but the time is 20 to 8. This is going to be my like final check-in to, you know, update you on the foundation. So this foundation has been on for almost 8 hours now. I'm just going to zoom you in. So around here, it's started to come off already. But then the worst bit is around my nose. Well, I think you can see it's kind of like pulling away and it's starting to get quite red. But these are like oily areas anyway. It's a lot worse on this side. Like, you can actually see the foundation here. My skin doesn't look, you know, as flawless as it did when I first applied it. Like, when I first applied it, I thought, you know what, the coverage is quite good and it does give you quite a nice finish. It was a bit too creamy and you could feel it and it was a bit like heavy and cakey, but it did give you good coverage. Literally just realised I haven't put any mascara on either, so whoops. I just feel like this foundation wouldn't work very well for oily skin because it came off like really quickly in like one of my first checkups around my nose. So I feel like this foundation will be really good if you're going, you know, to uni for like 2 hours or an event for a couple of hours or a party or anything that's only a couple of hours long. This foundation will be really good as like a quick fix. I just feel like it's not a long wear foundation, so I wouldn't personally pick this foundation up if I was going to work for 9 hours. I would definitely pick this foundation if it was going to be like, you know, a quick party or a quick event, something you just want that flawless finish look for a couple of hours and then it can come straight off. Anything like that, this foundation would be quite good for, but personally for me, it's not my cup of tea, it's not my favourite foundation, it just doesn't really suit with me. But then again, it's only £5, so I don't expect the world's best foundation. But I do kind of expect something a little better from Makeup Revolution. I did pick the wrong shade, so I think next time after my 2 times mistake, I'm going to be going to an F4 if I'm going to pick any shade from Makeup Revolution now, because F1 and F2 are not my shades. Personally for me, I will not be buying this foundation again. I think there are other foundations out there that I personally suit better with my skin type and, you know, complexion and what the weather's doing, and I just feel like I can get, for a little bit more money, a bit better foundation that suits for me personally, and that sadly is not the Make It Revolution Fast Base Sticks. But then again, that is just my opinion. If your guys' opinion is completely different, that is 100% okay. Like, I am probably one of those rare people that didn't like this foundation. Maybe I'm just weird. So one thing I want to do is I want to take the foundation on to see if it's still actually on my skin, if that makes sense. Okay, so I've just taken it off, and I think you can tell from my dirty makeup wipe that this is lipstick, this isn't foundation, that the foundation was still on my skin, and now that I've taken off I kind of see that it's a lot more red than I thought it was. So the foundation does last throughout the day. It is still there. It's just patchy and doesn't work with my skin type. That was the issue, I think, because some parts of my skin were dry, it reacted with the dry bits, and then some bits were oily and it reacted with the oily bits. In the larger areas like here, it seemed to work quite well, like on my cheeks, so that's where I think most of that foundation came off. It didn't really come off a lot on my nose or, you know, my chin, because there wasn't really much there. The foundation is still there. After the whole day, the whole, you know, 8 hours of it being on, it does last. It's just selective of where it stays, if that makes sense. If you're one of those people that this foundation just works so well for, please let me know in the comments below, because I want to hear like your opinions on it as well. If you guys want to see like more foundation testing videos like throughout the day, then please let me know in the comments below as well. Just kind of like recommend me one and I'll give it a try. If you guys did like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you want to see more of my face, then subscribe to my channel. I am over 250 subscribers now, and I'm literally over the moon about it. I could not be happier if I tried. I literally just want to hug every single one of you that have subscribed and support me, and I just love it so much. If you guys also want to know when I upload videos, just turn on the little bell and you'll be notified when I upload videos. So I really hope you guys have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for taking the time out of that day to watch this video, and I will see you in my next couple of videos. Bye guys!